Welcome to Cactus Crossfire, your go-to for hot takes and prickly debates.
Welcome in. It's another exciting edition of Cactus Crossfire. I'm one of your hosts, Sisto Abeyta, and with me, as always, is my good friend Eddie. Eddie, where are you at?
Oh, great to see you, my brother. I am in the state of Utah.
You take the man out of the
Friend, my comrade, my prickly brother at Ableser.
Funny, we brought out the prickly tagline on what we do, and folks are like, Eddie, you're not prickly. And I'm like, man, you don't know me well enough. Come on. Sisto, we are a bunch of prickly bunch. What the hell is going on in New York City?
What the heck is going on in New Mexico? We have this abundance of Hispanic voters. What's happening? How come the vote is dropping off?
I want to identify 2 senators from my state because there were 8 U.S. senators that stepped up and said, you know what? We've gone far enough. This is ridiculous.
When I saw him come out and refer to her as Marjorie Trader Green, like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
You have to sort of respect the game a little because it's freaking hilarious. It reminds me of that South Park episode. The MAGA extreme racist Republicans and the progressive Democrats start fighting, but they're saying the same thing. They're saying the same racist tropes.
You don't end Snap because you have these one-off narratives.
Eddie, and I'm going to share a personal story. I have a friend that was born with a disability. He's in her mid-50s now. He is a beneficiary of Medicare Advantage. He's a beneficiary of subsidized housing because she wants to live independently. And I got a phone call from her a couple days ago, freaking out because she also receives SNAP benefits. And what she was scared about, Eddie, and this is the crazy part to me, it was $300 to her. That's what she was getting in her benefit. Now she's asking friends and family, hey, can you help me buy food this month?
These are tough episodes for me. What just happened in Utah and the experiences that I've went through as an elected. Early on in my legislative career, there was a state senator that I served with, Congresswoman Gabrielle Giffords, would hold these meet you on your corner, coffee on the corner campaign events. And at her campaign event, she had 2 individuals that I knew very well. No Gabby, but Gabe Zimmerman is one. And he actually, long time ago, volunteered and assisted in my campaign when I first ran. And then Daniel Hernandez, who was an intern there, young man at the time. You know, both of them were shot. One was killed. Obviously, Gabby survived. I remember being elected and seeing what happened. When we found out that we were pregnant with our oldest child, we were inspired by the fact that Gabby was still alive. We thought she had been murdered, and out of respect, we're choosing names, but the name Brielle, sort of Gabrielle, was a tribute to, I think, the experience that we had. The sickness that's happening in this world around the physical violence upon other individuals because you don't agree with their ideology is just extraordinarily sad. And Sisto, honestly, man, I don't really put up with it.
I know that folks are going to think, well, here's 2 guys talking about this. And of course, they're going to talk about men. But people don't realize that men have a higher risk of suicide than women by more than 3 times because there is a perspective in society that men shouldn't have emotions, that men should not seek help when there's something going on inside of them. Like, are you Catholic? I said, yeah, born and raised Catholic my whole life. This is my first time here. He goes, well, don't you believe that? Nope, I don't believe that at all. Because my God and in my church and in the community I grew up in, I was taught to love my neighbor. That love is love. No matter what form it comes in, love is love. And you are not here preaching love. You are here preaching the opposite of that. And I just don't agree with it. So if I don't like something, if I don't like hearing something, I'm going to just stand up and walk away. But you want to have a conversation? Happy to have it with you, Pastor. Not knowing that I was the National Catholic Youth Representative for the Archdiocese of Santa Fe. And for some reason, Christians don't think that Catholics ever read the Bible, but we do. And could go for him scripture by scripture.
Engaging Christian Catholic voters, bringing them to look at the Democratic Party one more time and consider, is this the type of party that we want from a faith perspective? We have run away from faith, from God, from the church. And I believe that much of our Hispanic voters, especially in the Southwest, care deeply about their faith and their love for their church and their God. And Talrico tapped into that.
Even as we're talking about this, the president tweeted out earlier this week a depiction of him as he says, a Red Cross worker, but I think everybody seeing it knows exactly who he was trying to depict himself as. To Christians, that's problematic. Seriously problematic. Our neighbors to the south, Mexico, decriminalization of abortion is a game changer for women and for sovereignty. Mexico, an extremely Catholic country, which is a testament to the changes of devout Catholicism and the thoughts of Catholics across Latin America, and also at the highest levels of even the Vatican. It's not just historic. It's a reminder that of what progress looks like when women hold the conversation around their own bodies. One of the things that tore me apart in reading this story and reading the New York Times article was the young woman who was 13 when he started molesting her, and the letter she wrote him about how much she loved him and how she missed him and this whole grooming aspect of it. And the saddest part about that to me, Eddie, that letter was in the Cesar Chavez archives where they were celebrating this man. It's not that it just showed up. I was talking with a friend of mine that was a part of the labor movement, had kind of been through the same thing in their lives, could understand where Dolores was coming from, because it seems like in more labor movements than not, the male is elevated while the woman is not. I mean, Dolores was very clear throughout her career that Si Se Puede was hers. She came up with that.
Yep.
Cesar took that from her.
There's nothing more gross to me than this dude in the White House literally profiting off his office shamelessly and then taking away healthcare and food from working people. I'm prickly about that, and that's going to drive me into the 30-day session and into the 2026 midterm. And we're going to take this country back. In the 2026 legislative session, you're going to see the state of New Mexico lead the way on immigrant protections.
What are your thoughts on the Hispanic vote?
You know, the Hispanic vote is coming home. We've seen the federal administration literally target our communities. I mean, let's be real, Sisto. You and I, if we were in rural Texas driving through, we might get pulled over by ICE and detained and questioned. Yet this federal administration makes no distinction.
No, they don't.
And that's why Latinos are coming home.
And you're absolutely right. I've talked about it on this episode. I've talked about it in my own, that you weren't that far off. When I was 13, 14, working with other immigrants in the farming community in the small town I came from, ICE detained me. And I'm 13, 14, and I don't have an ID. I don't have any type of things to prove my citizenship. A neighbor drove by, saw ICE, had me held up, and I was sitting on the side of the road with everybody else. And my dad had to come hauling butt and bring in a birth certificate and social security card so that they could prove who I was. So you're right. They don't make a distinction.
I'm not afraid of compromise, except when it comes to the right of people to live a life full of dignity.
I was given the opportunity on this show to talk about my dad and what he meant to me in the political world. And I wanted to give you that same opportunity because, I know how much your dad meant to you, like my dad meant to me. Why don't you just share with us some of the lessons that your dad taught you that got you to where you're at today?
I hope I can continue to honor every single day.
There's not many days that have gone by since he's passed. I'm sure not many days since your dad has gone past where you're like, God, surprised that the viejo knew what he was talking about, right? Where you have those moments where you hear your dad talking to you. God bless our fathers, and God bless everything that they taught us.
Be strong. Can't back down. I believe that. As many people know, I've represented people my whole life. Yeah. I've stood up for the little guy. I've stood up for that little guy when everybody else was coming down on him. I have loved and cherished my ability to stand up for all of Bernalillo County, prosecuting violent criminals all day long. Love that.
Who has to be the one that's going to fix education? Is that the governor? Is that their appointee?
Buck stops with the governor. And listen, this is no criticism of our current governor whatsoever. But I do believe we have to improve on a lot of things in education.
What are some of the things you're working on?
Well, right now, I'm excited to talk to you about this. It's a platform we're building. We're building a foundation for our students. And, Ed, Tempe is a place that your kids, you went to the same schools, your grandparents went to that school, your cousins, people around the corner. So we want to make sure we keep that hometown feel.
How are you going to continue to do that moving forward in your term as a leader?
Well, it's actually really easy for me to just tell the truth.
Yeah.
To just tell the truth. You don't have to remember it because it comes automatically. So always telling the truth, always keeping your word, doing your best job every single day, not every other day, every single day.
Well, it's because we're from home.
Right.
We take care of each other from home. Right?
And no matter what anyone says, it is about relationships. It's about relationships. It's about respect and building those relationships with the people that you need to that you want in your life and the world around you. Care about making New Mexico a better place. And I just keep that on the front and center and think about all the kids and all the problems. If you think about all the problems that we have in New Mexico, it gets overwhelming.
It is also that narrative, Darren, of what the program provides. And I think people get lost sometimes in just how valuable being part of MA really is. That is sort of this concierge service that provides unique service plan for you as a senior or a person with disability that meets you where you're at.
That really is the appeal of Medicare Advantage, because most plans include benefits as part of their plan that are not in traditional Medicare.
What do you want to do as our next governor?
Right. Well, as you might know, we launched about a year ago, last February. And since that time, I've traveled across New Mexico several times. We've spoken to thousands and thousands of New Mexicans personally. The number one issue that people talk to me about is affordability.
Yeah.
It's hard for people to afford things, right? New Mexicans need a raise. As I always say, New Mexicans need a raise everywhere. Oh, I believe a better New Mexico is possible.
Yeah.
Right? For all the reasons we talked about. Education, kids should read sooner. People should be able to access affordable health care. Everyone should be able to put a hot meal on their table and have a roof over their kids' heads, no matter where they live.
We're out of time, but we've got to get to our favorite segment of every episode. Tell me something spicy, something prickly. Spicy, tell me something prickly, and tell me something quickly.
It's time for our favorite segment. Tell me something spicy, something prickly, and something quickly.
Also, don't forget to visit cactuscrossfire.com and sign up for our newsletter. And be sure to leave your like, comment, follow on all of our socials, subscribe, go to the website, and also drop a comment, hit a like, do a share. And until then, I'm Sisto Abeyta here in New Mexico.
Eddie Ableser from all over the West, and we are thrilled to be your voices at Cactus Crossfire.
Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Talk to you soon.
Peace. Cactus Crossfire, your go-to for hot...